What's up everybody? Welcome to the Stocks channel. My name is Cory and this is going to be your daily stock market technical analysis update. We saw the stock market do really well today except for the tech sector. What does that mean going into the rest of the week and what should you expect? First up, we'll take a look at the S&P 500 SPY ETF. So let's crack open this chart and see what's going on in the stock market today. Alright, so on the S&P 500 SPY ETF, we did see the price action go up 0.6% today. And we're still getting bullish price action closes over that 5 EMA, and we still have all of the moving averages with bullish trending momentum. So with a bullish trend and bullish price action, we're still bullish on the S&P 500, and we did actually hit my price target intraday up here at $377. So we can call that price target met, but I still fully expect to see the S&P 500 to continue to head up towards that level and possibly even try to close above to see if we can start heading even higher. So 377 has been my price target on SPY for about 2 months now, and we finally hit that target. We can still exceed 377 and start heading higher, but we would need to see the price action break and close above 377 for that to be true. So on the SPY ETF, if we do see any volatility in selling, we could still find support at all of these moving averages, with that 20 simple moving average being the strongest, somewhere around $369. If we do start closing below the 20 simple moving average, there's still support levels going all the way down to the gap close at 358. And of course, there's plenty of support above as well at 365, 362, and the 50 EMA, which is right around 361. So with the price action looking this bullish and the trend still strong and lots of support levels below, it's hard to believe that we're close to a stock market correction until we start to see the price action and the trend show us that we're going into that short-term bear trend. So I'm still expecting to see the S&P 500 make another attempt at our price target at 377. And we'll see if we can break and close above there and continue to head higher, or if we're going to get rejected and start heading lower. Next up is the Nasdaq 100 QQQ ETF, and we saw the tech sector have a very volatile day, gapping down in the morning and then intraday coming all the way back up above the 5 EMA just to give back all of the gains and close near the open below the 20 simple moving average. So we have to go ahead and call this bearish price action because we're now trading below the 20 simple moving average, which is the first time the Nasdaq 100 has closed below the 20 simple moving average in quite a while. However, we do still have the benefit of a bullish trend, which means the price action could go back above the 20 simple moving average as early as tomorrow, and this chart would still look relatively bullish. Remember, on the Nasdaq 100, we already met my price target at 312, and I did raise my price target up here to 321. So it's still fully possible that the Nasdaq 100 is really just cooling off, and we obviously had a volatile day, so there's lots of reasons why the Nasdaq could have sold off into the close. So it's still possible the Nasdaq 100 could bounce tomorrow. We can start getting some more bullish price action, maintain this bullish trend, and start heading back up to our first price target at 312 and see if we can finally start breaking and closing above that level and start heading to 321. If we do continue to sell off now that we're below the 20 simple moving average, look to find support somewhere around the gap close at 302 and the 50 EMA, which is right around $300. Those support levels are going to be very strong support levels. So if the selling does continue, look to buy the Nasdaq 100 QQQs off of those support levels. Next up is the Dow Jones DIA ETF. And like I said on the other two indices, we met our price targets on the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100. But one thing we don't often talk about is what is my price target on the Dow Jones. So on the Dow Jones, my price target is up here at $312. And as you can see, we have yet to meet that price target. So that could imply that we still have more upside on SPY and the QQQs because the Dow still has some more room to run before it hits its price target. So these three indices usually move together in bull markets. And the fact that the Dow has yet to reach its price target means that we could continue to run all across the board. On the Dow Jones, we see really bullish price action, having a great day going up 1.44% today. And we still have the benefit of bullish trending and bullish price action. So I fully expect to see the Dow get up here and hit our price target at $312 in the very near future. Next up is the ARKK ETF, and we did see the ARK ETF start bouncing back and closing above that 20 simple moving average and fixing this short-term bear trend that we were starting to see. So the ARKK ETF is back to looking bullish with price action closes over all of the moving averages and the bullish trend maintaining, which means the ARKK ETF can begin to run yet again. So we're back to the first price target we had at 128, and it looks like we should be heading back to 133 next. So just remember, the ARK ETFs have a lot of risk in them, but we're following the price action and trends, which imply that they can still continue to head higher in the near term. Next up is the VIX, which is our fear indicator, and we did see the VIX was very low at one point, trading all the way down around 22. However, we did get some volatility into the close, and the VIX did close back above that resistance level at 24.8. So this is obviously still a market that has volatility in it, as you saw today, and there's still fear in this market in the short term. However, the VIX is showing that it did want to head lower before the volatility kicked in, so it's still possible to see the VIX continue to trend lower and the stock market to continue to trend higher. So right now we just need to keep watching the VIX and make sure it doesn't get out of control, because if the VIX does continue to head higher, we could see more selling. So right now just watch the VIX, and if the VIX can stay above 24.8, we're likely going to see more volatility. But if the VIX starts heading below 24.8, things should start settling down and we should start seeing the market begin to climb higher safely and slowly. Next up is the US dollar, and we still see bearish price action and bearish trending on the dollar, and a weak dollar should maintain a strong stock market. So the dollar could find support down here at $89, but we're still about 40 cents away, so we need to wait and watch to see what happens at that level. Next up is gold, and we see gold taking some time to cool off, and gold really did just go too far too fast, and it was getting too far extended over that upper Bollinger Band, and it paid for it today and started to see some selling. It does look like we're finding support somewhere around that 5 EMA, but gold could sell off for 2 to 3 days, so we could still see some more selling in gold before we head higher. You can also see that 1930 support level did not hold up as support, which means that that level is no longer a support until we see the price action find some support around that level. However, on gold, I still think it's a buy the dip scenario, and my price target is still up here at $19.98. And I do think gold will start running towards that level after it finishes this cool off. Next up is silver, and we also see silver cooling off a little bit today and also holding up above the 5 EMA. So silver still looking really good, and I'm still fully expecting to see silver come up to our price target at $28. And if we break that price target, we could still come back up to $29. You see silver did find support at its support level right around $26.60. So silver found support, and it looks like it's ready to continue to trend higher. You can also see silver is not quite as extended as gold was, and it's still within the Bollinger Band. Next up is Bitcoin, and we see Bitcoin continuing to look bullish with bullish price action and a very strong bullish trend, and blasting right through yet another price target of mine, which was right around $35,000. You can also see Bitcoin has some really nice volume down here, so there's a lot of people still buying Bitcoin, which means it may continue to keep running from here. So my next price target on Bitcoin is going to be all the way up here at $42,693. That is a long ways away still, but there's really not that much resistance on the way there. That doesn't mean Bitcoin won't take some time to cool off and consolidate some of its gains before it gets there, but if we continue to close over 35,000, it means Bitcoin is likely heading to 42,000, and we'll just go ahead and round that up to $700. So there's still a lot of room to run for Bitcoin. And like I said with Bitcoin, you want to try to buy it on the dips and don't exceed more than 5 to 10% of your portfolio, because it is extremely speculative and risky. Next up is Amazon stock, and Amazon didn't look very good today, closing back below that 50 EMA. And we can also see that 5 EMA did cross below the 13 EMA, which is the signs of some bearish trending building on the stock. That's not great news if you're an Amazon bull, but it's still not too late for Amazon to bounce and start recovering this chart. It's still possible for Amazon to recover if it starts bouncing and closing back above the 20 simple moving average. But the longer Amazon stock stays below the 50 EMA and the 20 simple moving average, the more bearish this stock will become. So I'm not bullish on Amazon as long as it's below the 50 EMA. So we need to come back to this chart and look at it tomorrow to see if it can bounce and close back above those levels. So right now I'm becoming bearish on Amazon, but we'll continue to watch it and we'll give it another day, because one day does not set a trend. Next up is Apple stock, and we see something very similar with Apple stock that we saw on Amazon, which is a bearish price action close. The price action closed below the 20 simple moving average, and you can see how the 5 EMA looks like it's getting ready to cross below the 13 EMA. Remember, Apple met the price target at 136, and it's really just consolidating and correcting ever since. So it's still possible for Apple to find support somewhere down here around the 50 EMA at 124, and we also have another support level just above there. So Apple could still be heading lower, but it could also start bouncing from here, close back above the 20 simple moving average, and start heading back higher. So like I said with Amazon, we really need to see more price action to see if this bearish trend is going to continue to build momentum, or if it's just a one-day sell-off due to all of the volatility. Next up is the financial sector, and we see extreme bullish price action closing way over that 5 EMA, and we still see the bullish trend picking up momentum. On the industrial sector, we saw a very bullish price action day closing back above all of these moving averages, and it does look like we're starting to develop some bullish trending on the moving averages. On the healthcare sector, we also saw extremely bullish price action closing back above all the moving averages, and you can see the bullish momentum is picking up because we're starting to see these moving averages create separation from each other and trend to the bull side. So going back to the S&P 500, we still see all of the sectors with bullish price action and bullish trending except for the tech sector. So we really just saw some price action rotation from the tech sector into some of these other sectors. It's really not that big of a deal to see a rotation in the market, and a rotation is healthy and eventually it will end. So the tech sector will show strength yet again once this rotation is finally over. So treat tech as a buy the dip scenario, and you want to buy the tech sector while it's weak and hold it into the next run up. We've seen rotations like this before and they're completely normal. So the S&P 500 is likely to continue to head higher, especially once the tech sector starts heading higher as well. And I still expect to see this price target met yet again at 377. You can see the price action met that price target today, and I do expect to see the S&P 500 to continue to trend higher. So I'm looking for volatility to start subsiding going into the end of the week, and we'll see a lower fear environment. We're still seeing a weak dollar, which is a strong stock market, and we're still seeing strong sectors across the board, minus the tech sector today, which will recover. So like I always say, let the trend be your friend and don't try to call a top and don't try to short this market just off of a gut feeling. The price action and the technical trend are telling us to remain bullish. So just follow the trend until we see the price action and the trend tell us something different. Also remember, there is the Stocks Channel Discord. If you're looking for a profitable trading community, consider checking us out by clicking on the link in the description of this video. So next up, let's go ahead and take a look at the Stocks Channel Hot Stocks. So first up is of course going to be Tesla stock, and we did see Tesla stock going up 2.84% today and also breaking above our price target at $745. So Tesla did close somewhere around $756 today. So we did exceed my price target, which means we're likely going to start heading back up to our new price target at $805. However, one day is still just a little bit too early to call that. We would still like to see Tesla close back over $745 for at least one more day. So Tesla is still looking really good, and you can see it is getting a little too far extended here, starting to close above that upper Bollinger Band. But overall, the price action is still extremely bullish, way over that 5 EMA, and this bullish trend is only picking up momentum and growing stronger. So Tesla is looking incredibly bullish, and it does look like the odds favor Tesla reaching the price target at $805. So like I always say with Tesla stock is if you don't own this stock, I don't suggest chasing it. However, if you're in Tesla stock, I don't suggest selling it. Just let it run as long as this chart shows bullish, which the price action and the trend repeatedly show that we have bullish price action and trending. So the 745 level could act as support now, but the main support levels are going to be these moving averages and of course this level at 690 if we do start to get a sell-off. So Tesla's still looking good and look for it to continue to start trending higher. Next up is NIO stock, and we did see NIO stock get up to our resistance level at $55 today, and unfortunately for the NIO bulls, that level did push the price down lower and NIO did close down negative 5% today. You can see NIO did find support at our previous resistance level, which is newfound support at $49, and it did close very close to the 5 EMA. So normally with selling, it could come in 2 or 3 day intervals. So I would still try to catch NIO on the dip right around this $49 level. Of course, NIO stock could go all the way down to the 20 simple moving average, which is also the test of this breakout, which was the resistance trend line. So it is possible for NIO to come all the way down to about 46.50 and still have bullish price action and bullish trending and continue to head higher. So NIO stock resistance levels are going to be $55, but my price target is up here at $61, and I do think NIO is going to meet that price target. So I'm still bullish on NIO. You can still see we have great price action and great bullish trending, and it looks like NIO is just cooling off and consolidating after this little bit of a run up it had, and it's getting ready to start heading higher soon. Next up is Palantir stock, and I still have bad news for the Palantir bulls as we're still getting bearish price action below the 5 EMA, and we still have a bearish trend. So the odds favor Palantir to continue to trend lower towards the support level at $21. If support at 21 doesn't hold up, look for the 50 EMA right around $20 to hold up as support, and Palantir could be a buy at these levels because it is going to be coming out of a long-term correction and consolidation, which means it could start into another bull run. So I'm not bullish on Palantir just yet, but it is getting awfully close to my support levels, which I would consider Palantir a buy at. Next hot stock of the day is going to be TDOC Health, which is TDOC, and we did see TDOC pop off today, going up 1.58%. You can also see at one point TDOC was way up here at 210, but it did find resistance at the previous daily higher high. So we did get some resistance, but we're still closing above the other resistance level at $203. So TDOC is looking really good, and the price targets on TDOC are 214, and then the next price target is up here at 231. So I'm bullish on TDOC, and this is going to be a great hot stock. And remember, I've been telling you to buy TDOC down here in these low 200s and high 190s levels. So if you're paying attention, you should be up pretty good on this stock by now, and it still has more room to run. Next up is Alibaba stock, and we saw Alibaba going down negative 5.32% today, and it did close below the 5 EMA. Now, Alibaba had a really good day yesterday, so it could just be cooling off and getting ready for another run. So watch these support levels down here at 223 and the next support level down at 216, just in case we do start heading lower. But I'm still bullish on Alibaba. I still think this is a hot stock, and I still have my price target set up here at $255. So look to buy Alibaba on these support levels and hold it until we can get up here to this price target at $255. Next up is Boeing stock, and we saw Boeing stock have that nice bounce yesterday, and we started to have some nice intraday price action getting back above the resistance level at 212. But unfortunately for the Boeing bulls, we did close below resistance and also below the 5 EMA. So the price action is still not looking bullish just yet, but there is some good news in that we are closing above that 50 EMA. So if Boeing can build some support and build some levels to build off of over the 50 EMA, we could see Boeing start heading higher very soon. So my price targets on Boeing remain at $230 in the short term, and in the long term on Boeing, I think we're going to get up here to my next price target at $260. So I'm still bullish on Boeing for the year 2021, but we really need to see that chart show us that it's bullish as well, with the price action closing above these resistance levels, and we would like to see this bullish trend start gaining momentum and start seeing this stock run. So remember, I do more hot stocks on the Stocks Channel Discord every single day. So if you're interested in following along on that, go ahead and click on the link in the description of the video on how you can join the Stocks Channel Discord. Remember to be disciplined in a volatile market and always have a cash position, and don't get too greedy. Lock in those profits and get ready to buy the next dip opportunity. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you're crushing this market, and as always, I will see you in the next episode.